Good morning. Got a test for y'all this morning. Getting myself ready here. This one out of my garden. One of the last ones out of my garden, actually. These are the ones left out of my garden to be tested, although I just put these other ones in there. They're not really. So, ahi pineapple, I got a couple, just in case my friend Bob wants to come back for another test. I know the Fatali kind of caught him off guard, but and then Tasmanian Reds here, and here is the one I'm going to be trying. This is a white Bhut Jolokia. One of my subscribers, Brandon, sent me the seeds last year for these, and I grew them out this year. And while they don't have as much of a mottled shape as the traditional red Bhut Jolokia, they are white. Well, technically they're like an ivory, so the pale yellow. It's compared to the proper yellow, you can see the difference by quite a few shades, actually. You can get a proper light. There we go. So yeah, white Bhut Jolokia. Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this mofo in half and exhume some seeds. I had one of these on my lunch yesterday at work that was not quite ripe yet. It was starting to turn a little bit on the tip. Oh yeah, this one's actually got a fair amount of seeds in it. I'm glad, because I only got less than a dozen overall, and I'd like to. I didn't overwinter this plant. The seeds are pretty easy to get out of this one, actually. I think I got all of them. Okay, so you can see the does have a little bit of placenta in it. It's not like a regular Bhut Jolokia where it's totally on the inside, so I'm not sure what this is a cross with to get it white. Some sort of habanero, but it's not quite as oily even as a regular habanero by the looks of it. There's some droplets of oil in here, and this vein is a little bit darker. But I think that we can go for the gusto and eat this whole pod. It's fairly small. A little bit smaller than a regular orange habanero. So yeah. White Bhut Jolokia. Very tangy. A little bit sweet, but it's more tart than anything. Really nice fruity burst. A little bit of a veggie-like finish, but still got that fruitiness. Oh, heart and throat. Ooh. Excuse me. Yeah, it's actually not that bad. We'll see how it builds here in a minute. Starting to hit the lips a little bit. Tongue, stinging a little in the throat. I can feel a little bit right here, but drool's starting to. And the tip of the tongue. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. Ooh. That's actually, there's not a ton of burn in the mouth going on yet. Might be a slow builder though. But it didn't look super hot on the inside. There wasn't a whole ton of oil droplets, or even the veins of placental tissue themselves weren't saturated. Even like a regular orange habanero has the brown, greasy look to it. This looked like a little bit less so. So, sorry, that cough was not from the pepper. I've had a slight respiratory thing going on the last few days here. Yeah, it's not really getting any hotter. It's at a pretty decent level. I'd put it 50,000, 100,000 maybe. Because it's not super mild, but definitely nowhere near a regular Bhut Jolokia. So I'm kind of glad, because I had led with this one, hoping to get a few more tests in this morning. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to, but I picked that a while ago, and it wasn't starting to get mushy or anything yet, but still had a little bit more give to it than when I first picked it, so I figured I'd get that out of the way quickly. So yeah. Top of the tongue now. Got a good sheet of warmth happening. The lips are crackling just a little bit with some embers. Under the tongue, just a tiny bit, and not really much going on in the throat. It's a little prickly, tingly burn, but it's not all that much. And a little bit of a focus right here behind the sternum, and that's about it. So yeah, white Bhut Jolokia. I'm not sure if there are other strains of white Bhut that look a little bit more true to form, or if are a little bit hotter than this one. But it was actually a pleasantly mid-level burn. Didn't overwhelm me, and a really nice, very tangy. A lot of the Bhut Jolokia family, that offshoot of the Chinense species, tend to be fairly sweet and really fruity and aromatic, or florally, as some people describe it. Kind of perfume-like at times. I describe it more of as like a bubblegum fruity, but a little bit of the floral notes. The capsaicins, I think, in that branch of peppers has that more to it. But they tend not to have the tanginess or the tartness as much. Overall, the Chinense species. This was a little closer to like an orange habanero, texture-wise, and with the little bit of the tart hints coming through. So yeah, I highly recommend this one. I would definitely grow this again. The plant got kind of bacterial spot and whatnot, so I didn't want to overwinter it. But I'll give them a try some other time, definitely. Great tasting pods, and got a few seeds to go on. So thanks for ducking in, everybody, and I'll see you around again.